Chief Gary.
Hello, Ambassador. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Commissioner. Quickly introduce myself. I met you all a couple months ago. Jeff Gary, Fire Chief here at Coconut Creek Fire Rescue. We are celebrating our 3rd year anniversary coming up here in September. In those 3 short years, we have become ISO Class 1 rated. So that puts us in the top 2% of all fire departments around the nation. So we're very proud of that. Yeah, very we are also pursuing 2 accreditations. Once we get those, that will reconfirm that we are indeed one of the top departments around the nation. We've already submitted for our first accreditation, which is concentrating on our rescue side of our operations. They look at all of our policy, procedures, how we do business day to day. And a team is coming in the coming month to evaluate us. So I'm looking forward to very soon a special announcement coming out on that. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. Tonight we have a lot of great equipment that you have provided us outside. This is your opportunity to go out and look at the equipment close up. We have a fire engine outside, a rescue truck. If you ask them nicely, the guys on the fire engine will let you spray the water as long as it's not raining out there. So please take your time to enjoy that. We also have our community risk reduction folks outside. They have a lot of good public fire safety tips and things like that. We also have our CERT team. Those of you who are ambassadors, remember, we have our CERT. There's a member right there in the back who's actually a lifesaver. So yeah, make sure you talk to them when you're out there to learn how to join our team. And you can learn how to take care of your neighbors during emergencies. So that's real quick. And we have some of our men and women in the back and outside. Take your time to meet them. They will proudly show you all the equipment we have here. So with that, I will turn it over to my friend, interim, for a short amount of time, Police Chief Fred Hofer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. By show of hands, ambassadors, how many of you were here about a year and a half ago for the police department's ambassador program? Okay, a couple, but not everyone. 4. Okay, great. So this is a modified version of that, and we've got a great night for you tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to do a short presentation here. Have to cut it down a little bit because the fun is more outside. We have some tents set up. We have a canine demonstration and a motor officer demonstration. I think it's a little more fun than the fire department, but we don't tell them. We do have a great relationship with our fire department. Traditionally and historically, there's always been competition between fire and police, but we're great friends here. We rely on each other and we appreciate each other, so we get along really well. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the police department a little bit, some of the services we provide, some of the things that you may or may not know that your police department is involved in. First off is accreditation. Just like Chief Gary was talking about, so too is the police department accredited. We currently are accredited, and we are up for the next cycle this October. Now, what that means is that we hold ourselves to a higher standard than what is required by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Okay, so there's a set of about 242, maybe 243 standards that they dictate exactly and specifically what we need to do that goes above and beyond. And to keep it brief, that's an overview. But we're coming up in August. We're expecting, our practice was 2 weeks ago, and it was a flawless practice. That's the assessor's words, not ours. Last time we had a perfect score. This time we expect perfect as well. And come October, when we go before the commission in Sanibel Island, we get to present a new exemplary program. That's a program that you put inside the report when you get accredited that highlights something you do that sets you apart from other police departments. So, I can't tell you what it is because there's other agencies here, and I don't want to let the secret out. I'll let you know that. Okay, some of the things we do. Community Services Unit. We have several, their job is vast, but here's a couple of highlights. They have bike registry, participate in HOA meetings, residential and business security surveys. They go out and conduct those surveys. We have a trespass program, which gives us, or the officers, the men and women behind you, the authority to trespass somebody from a specific property without the owner being on the property. That's a registration process up front. And then persons with disabilities registry. This allows us to register someone that has a disability, that alerts the officers to that disability. If we show up at home as a sticker, usually by the front door or on the window, it gives us an idea of what's going on inside, what we might be dealing with. So the icons for events that we on a periodic basis. We don't have the next dates available just yet, but if you check our website, every once in a while you'll be able to see when it gets updated. If you haven't heard, we do have a famous event called Do the Right Thing. This is where we honor the children in the city and in the schools for doing the right thing. It could be for anything from stopping bullying, standing up for another child, helping another child, or just doing the right thing in general. They're usually nominated by the teachers, but they can be nominated by anybody for doing the right thing. It's a successful program. We've got a bunch coming up. Here's September 26th, October, November. Each month we do it. It's done here in Commission Chambers at 5:30 p.m. And again, check the website, city website, so you know exactly when we're doing it, and join us. It's a great time. It's a half hour long. School services unit. We have K-9 Taylor with Officer Leonard as a handler. I believe they're going to be outside.
Thank you.
Outside, so you'll be able to see them. We have a dedicated Coconut Creek Police Department school resource officer assigned to each school, either full or part-time officers in every school. And we go so far to say that if the officer wants to go for lunch, we replace that officer with another officer, patrol officer, to make sure that the officers never leave the school during school days. Career days, we conduct threat assessments. We do teach the DARE program. That's a program that started in 1986 out in California. It became quite popular, and it spread over the years, but we do it in all our schools as well. And the Explorer program. This is a program where we have young adults that register with us. And it's a program like the Cub Scouts, but it's more for police-oriented type. They do events, they do competitions, they train on traffic stops and some of the items that police officers do on a regular basis. We have hired from this program on several occasions. A bunch of our officers were Explorers originally, so you get a good look at them. And it's a good way to get involved in law enforcement. Our special enforcement team, this is our street level street crime unit. And they're so far undercover you can't even see them in the picture. But they're the sole channel for the receipt and dissemination of law enforcement intelligence within the department. They do covert investigations. They utilize all our surveillance equipment. And they also monitor and utilize confidential informants to gain more intelligence and put the bad guys in jail. Patrol services. Patrol officers here don't just patrol the neighborhoods and grab the bad guys. They are involved in a lot of stuff, and we keep them really busy. And they're all shaking their heads now. Vacation Watch program. This is where it's described in detail on the website, on the city website, but the Vacation Watch program is where patrol will keep an eye on your home while you're on vacation for up to, I believe, 30 days. There's a lot of requirements for the program. It's not a snowbird option where we can keep an eye on your house for 6 months. But the officers get to know your home while you're gone, and if anything changes or looks suspicious or if there's a problem, they give you a call. They use intelligence-driven, data-driven policing. We have 2 crime analysts that work hand in hand with patrol and criminal investigations to get ahead of the crimes, get ahead of the crime trends, and attempt to thwart the crimes that we see trending in the area. And community events, they all attend community events. But all of this comes together to make your city a lot safer. Okay, we already discussed the Vacation Watch program. I forgot the slide that's there. So let's go to the next one. Support services. So currently, we're structured with 3 divisions. We have Operations Division, which is all patrol, and your detectives. We have Special Operations, which is SWAT, K-9, Street Crimes Unit, all your specialties. And then we have Support Services. Now, generally, Support Services is budget, Real-Time Crime Center, Property and Evidence, a lot of our civilian staff, but they also do fingerprinting, police records, and the alert system, which is a camera system throughout the city. Employee development. Employee development, we call it employee development because they have a multitude or a lot of different jobs and tasks. But to make it simple, they are a training unit. They're also responsible for internal affairs. They are also professional standards and strategic planning. So Lieutenant Valade, I know he's here somewhere. There he is in the back. He's responsible for taking a look at the police department and setting a plan or a progressive action plan for the next 10 years to tell us where we're going to go, where we're going to head, what are we going to lean towards, what are we going to start training our officers in, what are we going to develop more and more on a regular basis. The training unit or employee development is also responsible for all the annual training for the officers, to include mandatory training, de-escalation training, active killer, firearms proficiency, and tasers included. Okay, so this is our, if you don't know about Creek Armor app, this is our own personal app. It's integrated directly into our real-time crime center. So if you have an Apple, actually let's start with the Android. If you have an Android, if you want to take that out, just type in Creek Armor. We'll get through the registration process back home, but if you could at least bring up the app so you don't forget, download it, okay? And those of you with Apples, if you can pull those out. I'm going to apologize for those with an Apple. You've been duped into purchasing an inferior product, and I'm not sure if it's going to work. Okay, same thing. You type in Creek Armor, it's 2 words or 1 word. Go ahead and download the app. Don't need to register it right now. Just get it on your phone because you got to fill everything out. This app, when you get home, take a look at all of the different features that are involved. But this is tied directly into our real-time crime center. So if you hit the panic button, it goes right to them. The dispatchers, if you have suspicious activity in your neighborhood you want to report, just walk with a friend. There's a lot of things on there, but for the sake of saving time, just take a look at that when you get home. Just download the app now. It's real important. We also have a ticker on the top. It's like a news ticker. So if there's a traffic crash in San Juan Lines, we're going to let you know to avoid the area. Good job. Okay, this is our non-emergency number. When you don't have an emergency and you want to call the police, let's say you noticed something that might have been stolen from your home or outside your home about a week ago, that's not an emergency, but we'll still come out and take a report. Use this number. So if you guys type that in, save that as the Coconut Creek Police Department's non-emergency number. Okay? All right, you guys are doing good. All right, so that concludes the slides in here and the presentation in here. We want to get you guys outside so you can meet the officers, see the officers. Hold on a second. We're going to have at 6:10. 6:10 we're doing the canine demonstration. Right after that is the motor demonstration, and then we're going to start cleaning up at 6:45 because the commission meeting starts at 7. Ryan, you got a question?
Yeah, if you're selling something that you don't know who the person is, you can be.
So, Ron said, it wasn't a question, it was a point. If you're selling something on eBay or OfferUp, and you want to meet the person in a safe environment, just come to the front lobby, the police lobby. It's a safe place, a safe zone. We'll keep an eye on you while you do the transaction, and everybody goes home safe. Okay? Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming tonight. Have a great time. We'll see you outside.